Hello, YouTube Division players. This is Master Luke 5 coming at you live from the PlayStation Network. So, as most of you know, the new update is here, and I have a few notes that I want to cover with the community, the things that I've learned just playing for the few hours today of this update. I have a list of things I want to cover. Some of them you may be aware of, some of them you may not be aware of. So for those of you who have played today and you started looking around, doing your season rewards, things like that, most of the things I'm going to cover are PvP related, but there's some of my experiences or my opinions about some of the new gear items and things like that. A lot of the information that came out of the PTS, I kind of knew some of these things are going to happen. So if you didn't know, you can learn something today. So as you farm your gear and you're looking to expertise things, consider the fact of what is really important and what is not so important with this new update. So you're not wasting your components and materials on things that you shouldn't really be doing. Okay, so first and foremost, I know a lot of the YouTubers are covering this, right? How to get these new Descent outfits. The one that I'm wearing is red. I'm not going to spend too much time with this. I think it's a foregone conclusion. If you want to buy these Descent outfits, there are different colored ones. There's green, there's red, there's yellow. You can get the blue, right? There's the green one. I think there's a yellow one. No, there's well, actually, there's three. There's green, blue, red. I think there's a yellow one somewhere. I don't know where it is though. Oh, here it is. Okay, there's a yellow one. Okay, so you got a yellow one, a green one, a blue one, and a red one. I do like the red one. I think it's pretty sick. So all you have to do is just go to this vendor here in Descent. Again, people should already know this. I'm not going to spend too much time with this, but I feel like I have to tell you that if you haven't played Descent, you should go in here and play Descent, and then you can buy the outfits here. They're gonna show up in this vendor. I already bought them, so they cost like 1,600 each for the different colors. That's a lot of tokens. I had over like 26,000 tokens, so I bought all of them. You can also buy the new Vindicator rifle, which I bought one of them. I don't really plan to use this right now. I haven't tested it. But ultimately, it's kind of like it has no recoil. I will tell you that. So for PvE, if you're good at shooting weak points, this thing is like no recoil basically. And then you can buy the reconstructed caches. These give you blueprints, and then the exotic caches 220 and named item cache. Don't waste your NSA tokens on named item caches. Like seriously, either you're gonna buy reconstructed caches for the blueprints, the exotics, and the outfits, but do not waste it here. It's a waste. Okay, you don't need these caches. Let's talk about the blueprints real quick. This is very important. So, if you go to the White House and you go to your crafting station, this is going to be my first item on the list today, the blueprints. There are a lot of different blueprints in the game. There are named item blueprints, DZ blueprints that you get in the DZ. So I've covered this in a previous video, but here's something you should know. According to the left side of the screen, there's 494 total blueprints. I only have 443 out of 494. Some of the blueprints, at some point, right, you can't get them all through the reconstructed caches. Some of them are in like the open world control points and things like that. So you have to complete those to get the rest. Knowing when to stop buying reconstructed caches is the key, because you don't want to be wasting NSA tokens if you already have all the ones that you can get from Descent. Some people may not know that. So, according to what I know, one of my friends got to the end of the blueprints from the Descent mode, and he ended up with 488, I believe, blueprints by the time he finished the Descent. Now, that may, again, he may have some of them from the control points, but basically you want to be careful about if you're going to spend tokens from the NSA station. If you're getting close to like 480s, right, don't buy 10 at once. Buy one or two, two at a time, and every time you open it, make sure you're still getting a new blueprint, because around 448 or somewhere around that area, you may be wasting your NSA tokens buying reconstructed caches, but you're no longer getting the blueprints because you already got them all from Descent. So that's very important for you to know. A lot of the blueprints are pretty good from Descent, right? You get the Matador, you get all these different named items like the Petrov gloves, contractor gloves. You know, you can even get, today I actually got the Perfect Intimidate chest piece, even though nobody really uses it. Where is it? So the Perfect Intimidate chest piece, the Hunter Killer. If you know, this is the one that you have to get if you complete all the masks in New York. Okay, and then you open up the chest with the ivory keys, and you can get one of these chest pieces, or you can buy them from Cassie Mendoza when she resets. The problem is, like, they always come with like shit rolls. You never get crit because they come with blue rolls. This is Perfect Intimidate. This is the talent. Okay, so now that you get the blueprint, you can craft as many as you want if you want that one. You have the Perfectly Efficient, right? All these different chest pieces, named items that you can get from Descent. So just keep that in mind. Don't waste your tokens if you're near 488 blueprints. So that's number one that I wanted to cover today. So we covered the blueprints, the outfits from the Descent mode. Okay. Next thing is I want to talk a little about some of the new exotics that came out and the season rewards. First and foremost, just like they said in the PTS, the exotic gloves and the pistol are garbage. Useless, trash. Don't waste your resources on trying to expertise it or level it up. It's useless. You're gonna get them from the season rewards. Look at them and you're gonna see why they're so freaking useless. You have one that's like something about marking and getting aggro. Maybe that could be used in PvE to get aggro on certain things. But I don't really care. The pistol. The gloves are like the gloves are just like the biggest waste, and the developers said it themselves on one of the streams. I think Yannick said that they realized that people are not going to trade the gloves for like hip fire stability or whatever the hell it is for like other exotics, and they still haven't changed it. They know that it's a problem and they still haven't changed it. To me, that's like the dumbest thing. They just release it just to release it. So those two exotics are garbage. The Perfectly Behind You talent gives you 15%. Actually, what was it? Let me check real quick. I think I have that gun. Okay. Or behind you, or perfectly behind you. Deal 15% damage to enemies that you're not targeting, or whatever the perfect. If there's a perfect one, I don't even know. Here's my point. Why would you take this talent over something like Spotter? Because perfectly behind you means that it only works when people are not targeting you, or you put a decoy down, right? As soon as they're targeting you, that damage disappears. But if you use Perfect Spotter, right, it's giving you 15% no matter what. As long as you're pulsing them with the laser link or whatever, you're not losing the damage unless they have 100% pulse resistance. But again, most people are not running 100% pulse resistance all the time. So this behind you is kind of like situational throwaway for me, especially since it's only on rifles now. And I'm not going to be using this. I'm literally just going to take the talent, put it in my library. I don't care about this. Why would I replace this, with Pulse, right? The Spotter, the Flatline. I wouldn't, right? This is garbage, especially on a rifle. I don't care about this. And if you're going to use this for PvE, ask yourself, how often are NPCs not targeting you? Just think about that for a second. They're always targeting you. In fact, they could be hitting you from a block away. This is the dumbest talent, one of the dumbest talents that they could have released, and they nerfed it to the ground anyway. So don't waste your time on this. Put it in your library. I don't see this being useful at all, honestly. I can't see it. Anyway, okay. So that covers some of those things. The other gear pieces and stuff you can take a look at, but like the green pieces, the only ones that I really wanted to go for are the Aegis Aegis brand sets because it gives you 15% total armor for 3 pieces. So let me just cover a few other things. Let's talk about the AR meta, the AR in the game. So this is the AR typical AR meta build, except there's one difference. Okay, the chest piece I have here is perfectly efficient. Um, Now, if you're talking about like general AR meta right now, it would be this, right? Fenris with unbreakable crit crit, and you have perfectly efficient. Now, take a look at this build. Everything. Let me put a FAMAS here, but anyway, I'm gonna put a FAMAS next to it. Okay, this is a FAMAS Expertise 25 Optimus. Um, Everything on this build, except for the pistol, is Expertise 25. Okay, so all the guns, all the pieces, including the skills, are all Expertise 25, except the pistol. But I guess I can always put the Regulus or something. There you go. Now everything's Expertise 25. So this is what it would look like if you expertise all your pieces on a typical meta build where you have catharsis, all the blues, everything. Your armor, your crit chance and crit damage are going to vary depending on the gun, but you should be around 141, 144 crit damage, 150 if you're going to go less for crit chance, right? Depending on if you're using the FAMAS or the rail splitter. But look at the armor, 2.29. So you're really at over 2 million armor, like an actual 2 million armor. Okay. Look at the damage of the rail splitter on this particular build. Okay, it's 2 million armor, everything blue, typical AR meta. The rail splitter is doing 88k as the base. Expertise 25. Perfect Optimus. Now keep in mind that because of the update, the RPM of the rail splitter is now matching the FAMAS. It's 900 RPM. And you get the 60 round mag instead of the 50, right? Because the rail splitter has 10 more bullets. Now let's compare that to the FAMAS. The FAMAS, look at the total damage, 86.2. So you're talking 1.8k damage difference, base damage difference between the two guns. 1.8k base damage per bullet. 900 RPM and only 50 in the mag. With regular Optimist. So you're missing out on that extra 1%, right, of the damage for the four increased by 4 for every, right? So 1%. The only down draw is that the FAMAS has 4 slots for mods, which includes the underbarrel here, the laser, whatever you want to put, crit chance or crit damage. And the shield splinter in this case does not have that mod slot. But even without that mod slot, if you take the totality of what's happened here, the shield splinter is hands down the new meta for AR guns in terms of like these types of builds. Okay, it is. It's just that extra 5% crit chance or crit damage mod slot does not negate the fact that you're getting 10 extra bullets with Perfect Optimist and you're getting 1.8k more base damage. I could care less now about the mod slot. Do I like the FAMAS as a whole, like in general, like how it shoots and everything better? Yes, I think this gun is, it takes some time to kind of get used to how it shoots and it sounds different. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. This gun is better than the FAMAS now. So this is the new meta. The shield splinter is it's gonna beat people. Skill, you still have to play good, but technically on paper it's a better AR. So everything expertise, 25, adrenaline rush, everything. Now, here's another thing that you should consider. A lot of people may not realize, but the meta may change slightly with some people running perfectly efficient chest piece with crit crit on it. Because of the instant mech kits, I'm going to show you a clip a little bit later. I'm going to show you a clip of me 1v1ing people. And the guy had a similar build with perfectly efficient. And remember, you get the instant mech kits. we can fight for so long that you're literally gonna run out of ammo sometimes with if you're fighting really well. It's crazy how much healing and good, if you're strafing good, you can stay alive for much longer, if you're really good at this. So a lot of people may opt to change their builds and run perfectly efficient. Um, and some people will stick to Unbreakable, and some people like me will have both. Because for me, it's just a matter of switching the chess piece. If I switch the chess piece, I just keep going, right? Versus the Unbreakable. So I'm going to show you the clip of me fighting with perfectly efficient. I want you to take note. Unbreakable versus perfectly efficient, okay? So watch the clip and then we'll come back. Oh my god, it takes forever. Let me put a grenade. It takes forever.
Get my bed. It's longer and shit. No, I mean, I'm invaded.
Damn. Yo, this is crazy.
Bro, this just makes it look like one's just
This
fucking,
is crazy, bro.
oh, getting too low there.
You gotta run out of fucking ammo.
Me too. Oh, you know what?
Bro, no, look at my expertise, bro. It's so fucking close that it's not even crazy. I'm maxed the fuck out, bro. This is pure max. Okay, we're back. So as you saw, this is becoming a crazy type of meta now. It's kind of like it's meta of its own because of the instant med kits and the perfectly efficient. Technically, if you're getting that 75% chance, I mean, if you're really good, you can keep popping those med kits with the catharsis, with the 1% armor regen, in 1v1s. It's crazy. It's you're gonna run out of ammo. You're not gonna be able to fight two people concurrently because you're not gonna have ammo. That's how time to kill has increased with this. It's an interesting thing though. I'm not gonna lie. It's very interesting. So I'm testing this. I'm kind of liking both, but this is kind of fun to play. I'm not gonna lie. Now, for those of you who are fans of the Eagle Bearer like me, okay. By the way, before we get there, as a reminder, you can re-roll any of the exotics to have damage to targets out of cover as your last attribute. So in this case, my Regulus is expertise 25, and I did get damage to targets out of cover by re-rolling it. Just one thing I saw on the internet that if your inventory, right, if your backpack is full and you go try to re-roll one of these guns and you craft it, it may disappear because your inventory is full. It can't come back to your backpack. So make sure that if you're re-rolling any of the exotics to get damage to targets out of cover, that your inventory is not 150 out of 150. Like you have to have some space there because people said that they can disappear. So that's one big tip I give you guys. But yeah, so the Regulus, I got damage to targets out of cover. I don't think I've done. Oh, I did. The Busy Bee, I think already came with it. But let's say we just change this real quick. So the Eagle Bear. Eagle Bear, damage to targets out of cover. I used the Eagle Bear in the DZ today. I was farming landmarks, fighting a few players with Striker. Definitely hitting a little bit harder. Okay, I will say that. It's hitting. And the Eagle Bear is very accurate. Definitely gonna be using the gun, but excuse me. Technically speaking, up close, right? The Ouroboros, hands down, is gonna shred you. If you're into SMGs more, I like the Eagle Bear. Tenacity is one of the most powerful talents in the game if you can proc it. And proccing it means you need to get headshots and get somebody down. If you're good at that, Eagle Bear with damage to targets out of cover with Striker or something similar is a very really good, it's really good situational, but it's if you can get those headshots and get those kills in a quick amount of time, knowing that it has damage to targets out of cover now, you can demolish squads with the Eagle Bear. People forget tenacity strength sometimes. Okay, so again, expertise 25, Eagle Bear, damage to targets out of cover. So that's done. I have not really used the Saint Elmo much in this game except for some PvE content. I do not play shock bullets. I don't shock players in the DZ. I think it's cheesy. It has been cheesy. That's not how I want to get my kills. Now, if you're one of the players that use it, okay, great. It's still one of the best ARs in terms of like generally, right? For mag size and RPM. It has higher RPM than the Eagle Bear, but the base damage is lower. So the Eagle Bear, they're both at 25. Look at the base damage. The Eagle Bear is 95.7. This one's 81.8 with this build. The trade-off is that you're getting shock bullets. What else can I say, right? That's the trade-off. You get 70 round mag and you're getting shock bullets. So you pick. I guess that's your choice. And of course, the Ouroboros, damage targets out of cover. I already had that. Expertise 25. Nothing's changed with that. Okay. So if you're re-rolling them, just keep the inventory space in mind. Okay. Now that we finished with some of the meta pieces about ARs, we can kind of move on to some of my testing today. So the other thing that I was looking at was the Aegis gear set. So here is the Aegis or Aegis gear set. And really what we care about is the three-piece total armor, right? It's giving you 15%. So this is a build where somebody made in the PTS similar to this. You have the Gila Chill Out Mask, which is 5% armor. I don't know why they put health in this game. I really can't. Health means nothing, okay? It means garbage. They're like pushing health for no reason. I don't know why. One Piece Gila, you have the Perfectly Unbreakable, okay? With 20, again, everything is expertise 25 except these three pieces. Ninja Bike, the two-piece Aegis, and the Foundry. Look at the total armor on this shotgun build. 2.7 million armor with two skill tiers. Okay, a drone that's 25, 25. A shotgun that's 25 with flatline. 2.7 million armor. If you want to make this stronger, change the Badger and put a Badger that has spotter on it. This one. Crit crit spotter. Instead of the Unbreakable. And you're going to be hitting stronger. And then you're still going to be at 2.7. The only reason it goes to 2.6 is because I have not expertise this chess piece. See how it's no expertise? But if I expertise this chess piece to 25, it's going to hit around 2.7. So you're not going to lose any armor. You're just going to have spotter. But this is kind of, I mean, it's crazy. 2.7? This is a tank with a freaking, with a shotgun. And the shotgun being expertise 25 is still doing 1.3 million. Um, yeah, as base damage. The military made 70 for flatline. So this is a crazy type of build if you're like a guy who's just like into shotguns. Is this going to be the meta? Probably not. I mean, who wants all that armor, right? But at the same time, I don't know. I made this to see that it actually can work from the PCS. 2.7 million. Okay, so just do with it as you will, but this is crazy. I think this is probably the most armor you're gonna get. 2.7 in the game. Now here's another build that I made um, recently. So a lot of people do run builds like this, right? So this is my Hunter's Fury build, where it's 4-piece Hunter's Fury with Memento, and then the Unbreakable Sokolov. And it's good for farming DZ. Memento in general is good for farming DZ because you're clearing landmarks, you're getting the bonus armor, right? You're just messing around. And you can kill players with this too. It's not a pushover type of build. The same type of build like Striker. You do the same thing, right? This is Striker, so you put Memento with 4-piece Striker and the same chess piece, and now you have a Striker setup with Memento. Memento gives you damage, armor regen, right? You're getting a lot if you're running landmarks. So everyone knows about these builds. Now, what I did is simply change the backpack, and I changed the build a little bit to accomplish something else. So here, this is not something new, but you should kind of understand why I made this build. This is a build because you can run the Memento versions, but you're not going to have shock resistance. You can have Memento stacks or whatever, but some guys is going to come up to you and, oh, here, yeah, let me shock you and unload 70 rounds of freaking shock bullets into your face. This type of build here with the backpack, so you're getting the damage of the Striker backpack, okay? This is 90% shock resistance with Striker pieces. Okay, 90%. 90% is enough for you not to be shocked in the DZ. So you cannot be shocked. And if you take a look at the crits, right, I'm at 53 and 103. I can get this to 59 simply because my chest piece has headshot damage on it. But ideally, I would want crit chance. Okay, so once I get a better chest piece, it's going to be like 59 anyway. So that's pretty good. You're getting 59 and you cannot be shocked in the DZ, plus you're getting the Striker backpack stacks. To make this work, you have to use the Shocker Punch with Hazard, okay? And then one of your other Striker pieces, everything else is crits, 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 and then just one of your Striker pieces, in this case it's my backpack. I have Hazard and one 10% shock resistance mod. So you are going to need a 10% shock resistance mod, unfortunately, to make it work like this. Without having to use a ninja bike or some other, I mean, you can't even do it with that. But essentially, if you want to have 4-piece Striker with the backpack and have 90% shock resistance, you're going to need one of those mods to make it like this. But let me tell you, I will show you a clip of me using this in the DZ and people trying to shock me. And to their surprise, it doesn't really work well for them, right? Because they think they can shock me because they see Striker. When they see Striker, that symbol, oh yeah, I could just shock him. There's no way he has 90% shock resistance. He's wearing Striker. Guess what? Surprise, motherfucker. I got 90% shock resistance. So I love this build now. I haven't expertised it all the way, but If I see players using the Saint Elmo and shocking, guess what I'm switching to? This one. Okay? So enjoy it if you're gonna make this build. This is the only shock resistance build that I have in the game. And this is the only one that I'm gonna use. Okay? Yeah, ready?
They're gonna go.
Yeah.
Yo.
Good try trying to shock me, bro. They're going rogue on me.
I'm trying, dude. Coming.
It's alright.
What's up, dude? You look like you needed a little hand there.
No, I had them, bro.
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
Bro, I had no stacks too. They went rogue on me. You can't shock me. He went up to me. He went up to me like this. Look. You can't shock me. Na 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 na. He's like, oh, that's something new.
Yeah.
They're right here. They're on left.
What? I didn't even know he was here.
Right here. He's coming to your left.
I'm shocked. You should really watch behind you, dude.
Take his shit. Take his resources. Take his resources.
Those are my resources. I don't know what you're talking about.
So those are the 3 builds that I kind of worked on a little bit today. There's a few other things, but I don't want to spend too much time going over a lot of the other things that I've been testing because they're just useless things that you don't really need to know that much. My sniper build has not changed at all because of this update. In fact, it only got stronger. Yes, folks, my Mantis sniper has gotten stronger. It's gotten stronger. The Mantis is expertise 25 now. It's doing 1.2 base damage. They haven't lowered the not targeting you damage bonus by 50%, so it's amplified damage, so that remains the same. You know, there's been no change to that. But what they did do is the Hasbro chest piece. Okay, I have an all red with glass cannon. The 2-piece bonus prior to the update was 15% marksman rifle damage. As of today, it's 20%, so they added another 5%. And yes, 5% is not the biggest deal, but it does help, okay? And if you know, my sniper build, what I use for all my videos for sniping, this is not a crit build, okay? The baked-in crit chance, look at the crit chance, it's 21%. Look at the damage, okay? Look at my headshot damage, 341%. So everything about this build is all headshot except for that one crit chance, which is there baked into the chest piece, right? I don't use a Roldy because this is the best in slot. Glass cannon, all red. All the mods are all headshot damage, right? Everything is headshot. So I have to actually hit people in the head to kill them with the Mantis. I can't kill them with a body shot, which makes it not the easiest way. I've been saying this for months and months and months. This is a headshot build, not your typical glass cannon crit where I could just use the white death or whatever and hit you in the freaking chest and it's doing massive crit damage. No, this is headshot. Nothing has changed, but I'm going to expertise every single piece here. I don't care if I only get a little bit of more armor. Everything here is going to be 25 on this build. And I use the O Carol for shits and giggles. Okay? This is the worst sniper in the game. The Christmas O Carol. This is for shits and giggles because every time I get a headshot, they blow up with those festive lights. And that's the only reason why I use it. It's super inaccurate. It shoots weird. Okay? But it's worth me dying over just to get that funny kill. Let me just put it that way. It's hilarious to me. So if you get Oh Carol by Master Look 5 in the DZ, just know that I'm laughing behind the screen because I think it's fucking hilarious. Anyway, so nothing's changed with my sniper. Okay, and by the way, to craft this chest piece, because you're not gonna get this chest piece, you have to. It doesn't come with weapon damage. It comes with, I think, armor. You're gonna waste a whole bunch of materials. Let me tell you. I think I wasted over 2,000 freaking chest pieces. I can't even remember how many times. I sat there for like 2 hours crafting chest pieces before I got the right rolls to make this. So good luck if you're trying to get an all red Hasbro, because you're gonna waste a lot of components. I mean, resources, not components. Okay. So that's pretty much it for some of the builds today that I've been testing. Again, there hasn't been many other changes to a lot of the pieces. I really don't care about some of the other things that they came out with. Not going to talk about the tinkering station. You can figure that out. It's very simple. This is not a tinkering station thing, but I do like the tinkering station. You can like look at things on the fly, okay, and tinker with them. So optimize them, etc. Okay, I feel like I said a lot. Um, Let me talk a little bit about some of the things that I noticed today. Okay, in the dark zone, in the dark zone, I'm gonna show you a clip, but you know how you would like deconstruct stuff in the DZ and it'll go into your bag for materials and it will go into your resource materials to extract in bundles of 25. So if you deconstruct the 25 random loot items in the DZ, it would go into like one little pack of 25 and then a new pack would start in your resources of 25. Well, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but that 25 is no longer 25, it's 100 now. Every single pack of DZ resources, you have like 10 slots. Every single one goes up to 100 now of resources that you can extract. Which means, technically speaking, if all you did is run DZ and deconstruct all that stuff for hours, you could potentially be extracting 1,000 DZ resources in one shot. Because there's 10 slots, 100 each. Do I recommend it? Hell fucking no, because if somebody kills you, how sick are you gonna feel? And if you lost 600 DZ resources in one shot, right? You're probably gonna break your controller and your and your PlayStation. So I don't recommend you sticking to like hoarding 400 before you extract. Okay, don't do that. But just know that in your resources, I'm gonna show you a clip of me having 101 bundle. So some of you may have not noticed this, but I noticed this today. Alright, let me see. Yeah, it's 100.
So it started over?
Yep.
Crazy.
So, and it only shows 2 contaminated items. So 2 piles. Bro, that's sick. They didn't even put that in the patch notes.
No.
Okay, I talked about that. The rail splitter, the shotguns, perfectly efficient. Oh, just minor thing. Like for example, if you they changed the blind effect now. So you know how you got blinded by NPCs or by some of the turrets, and you just a big white screen came up and caused epilepsy for everybody. A big bright white screen. Well, actually, they changed it now, and it's a black screen. So if you get blinded, your screen is gonna turn like completely black, pitch black, and then the blackness will come back right to regular. So thank God they changed that because people are getting freaking epilepsy. I mean, it'll light up your entire house when you get blinded. It's ridiculous. So if your screen goes black, don't freak out because you're just being blinded, and they changed the white to the black. Okay. So that's covered. Um, there's probably a million other little things that I noticed today that I just can't think of right now, but these are the main ones that I wanted to talk about. Basically, the things that I already mentioned, the talents that I don't care for. That's pretty much it for today. This video is long enough. So if I have any other builds that I'm working on, I'm gonna be posting them in the next week or so and testing different things. So if I come across something that I think is useful for you guys in the DZ, I will post it. Otherwise, this is Master Luke out. Have fun, guys. Enjoy the update.